Hi everyone. So sorry for the delay. There was some technical issue from our end. And now we can start with the session. So first of all, welcome to Coding Idol. And we are a community of over 2000 plus students, and our aim is to provide mentorship to everyone. So we have previously conducted multiple sessions which were a success, and some sessions included the resume building session or the data science session, and today we will be hosting the Git and GitHub session. Okay, so let's wait for 2 to 3 more minutes for our mentor to join. Due to some medical emergency, Sarthak won't be able to join. However, we have Lakshit with us today, who will be taking the session. Mm. Hello. Hi everyone. So Lakshit, our mentor, has joined. So let me give you a little brief about him. So he's a developer relations at Treeskill. He's also an expert in cloud computing and AR, and he has worked with Meta and Microsoft to drive their community initiatives, and uh, also have conducted sessions like these before. So welcome Lakshit.
Thank you, Chirasha. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Hi.
Yes.
Okay, so Chirasha, shall I continue or maybe
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
switch over?
yes, Lakshit, you can start.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So, hello, everyone. A very good morning to everyone. This is Lakshit Pant, uh, working as a DevRel at Reskill, and it's very fantastic to see you here. Early morning for me. It's early morning. I wake up very late every day. So to be very honest. So today it's about Git and GitHub. I'm really sorry I do not have any kind of PPT or anything prepared with me, but it is I don't think Git and GitHub needs a basic, anything like PPT or something because it's very basic, I will say. Acha, everyone is good with English or anyone wants to me switch on to Hindi as well. If it's good, I'll just let me know. It's fine. I'm okay with anything, right? सबको हिंदी समझ आती है, just let me know the comment section. आती है सबको हिंदी समझ, or is there someone who don't understand Hindi here? Okay, English. Okay, yeah, I can see. Okay, perfect. Then we will continue in English only. Okay, let's try to keep it a mix. Okay, perfect. So if in so and I'll just make 2 3 things. I'll just prerequisites I'll tell you before starting the session. So I'm using two split screens. So if sometimes I'm explaining something and my screen is not visible, just let me know because there might be a glitch in the splitting screen, right? So just let me know if my screen is not visible at any point of time and I'm explaining anything to you. Now that's pretty much, and also I'll just switch off the camera in between. So now let's start with this. And Chirasha, one thing for you, can you please take some screenshots because we have to post it to Azure Developer Community in between.
Okay, sure, sure. Well, we can also
Okay.
take a screenshot
And
with everyone's camera on if they are comfortable now. So we can take a
yeah,
group
okay, let's
photograph.
do that. Yeah, perfect. If everyone is okay, let's open the camera. Just open your camera. सारे लोग देख लो यार, देखते हैं किससे बात कर रहे हैं हम भी. Yes, everyone. I can see 2 3 folks opening their camera. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Yes, go ahead, guys. Open your cameras. ठीक है यार, it's fine. You have a different background, doesn't matter. Just open the camera. We want you to be there. That's fine.
We totally understand it's Sunday and it's 12, and it's a day wherein everyone's lazy and don't want to wake up early. So yeah, you
ठीक
can
है.
turn on your cameras now. We won't judge.
सारे engineers है यार, so it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's click the screenshot now. Say cheese. Okay, yeah, done.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and turn off the cameras, folks. Okay, I'll also do mine because there might be some internet issues. So let's focus on, मतलब मेरे चेहरे पे focus करने से अच्छा जो पढ़ा रहे हैं उस पे focus करते हैं, ठीक है? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk about what is Git and GitHub and why you all are here. मतलब see I'm a little bit harsh about the industry when it comes to any technical topic, because some so-called influencers has made these simple topic very 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 tough to understand, and they have made I don't understand how they are making 1 hour or maybe 1 hour or maybe 2 hour long tutorials around Git and GitHub or something like this, because it's not something like 1 hour thing, to be very honest. GitHub पूरा समझना अगर आप खुद से try करोगे, just 10-minute thing. Okay, so this session will be because I'll be explaining, so because I'll be explaining all these commands to you, so it might take some more time than usual, but otherwise GitHub is very very simple. Please don't exaggerate or buy any course of Git and GitHub, or अगर आपने कोई bookmark करा हुआ है Udemy पे course या YouTube पे course get GitHub का, it's not like this that you have to understand and remember every single command. You don't have to remember any single command. सिर्फ 4 से 5 कमांड ऐसी होंगी जो कि आप अपने पूरी लाइफ टाइम में प्रैक्टिस कर रहे होगे, राइट? सो इफ यू विल बी वर्किंग इन एनी पर्टिकुलर, so if you are making any personal projects, then you'll be maximum you will be using 10 commands, not more than that. Even I'm exaggerating when I say 10. There will be most push, pull, add, check out, branch, status. These are the most maximum commands that, yeah. And feel free, if you have any time, any point of time, you have any question, just let me know. Okay, so the so don't ever maybe what I will say, don't try to be in that hoax कि आपको कुछ बहुत चीजें बड़ी चीज आप लोग आज सीखने वाला. इट इज वेरी सिंपल. इट्स अ वे टू कीप आवर सेल्स ऑर्गेनाइज. ठीक है, जैसे मैं बताता हूँ. if you have to go to any school, right? If you have to go any place in your city, अगर आप you live in any particular city, right? If like I live in Noida, I know that there is sector, I live in sector some sector, and I have to go sector 18. I have to go from 18 to 19. I have to go, and I know the way, right? And there is a school where I have to go. Like suppose there is a school in sector 19 where I have to go, right? So GitHub is more like, will I take the bus? Will I take the what is the way that will I will go? It's more like something like this only, right? It's not like कि मतलब ठीक है, the way already, everything, right? That is the only way that you can think of. It's not. So it's very simple thing that I will say. Now, how you can just get started with Git and GitHub? Simple, pretty simple, installation, I will say. Just let me just quickly share my screen. Also, there will be something around Gen AI as well, because this session, the theme was earlier Gen AI and why you should get started with it. I'll keep a 5 minute a quick introduction about generative AI. Why should you start using generative AI, and and how you should maybe use ChatGPT or anything that might work out for you. Okay, let me just quickly share my screen. I hope this screen is visible. So Git is a open source software, right? So you can just simply go to this link. I'll just quickly paste it in the chat. You can just simply go to this link and you can always download it for Linux, Windows, and Mac OS, whatever system that you are using. It's totally fine. Okay, let me just switch off my camera. Okay, yeah, you can always you can always explore why these links are here. You can always explore the documentation. So you can simply click on the Windows, download for Windows. Okay, then you can just, if your system is 32-bit, you can check all these configurations of your laptops, and maybe where we can see it. Maybe in your settings control panel, you can always see what is your configuration, like आपके लैपटॉप का क्या configuration है, system that you are using क्या configuration है, you can always see. Okay, then you can just click on whatever tool, whatever you want, like 64-bit. If your system is 64-bit, you can just simply click on this, and you can just and it will start downloading the setup. Like you can see, it will simply start downloading. I already have downloaded it with me, so I won't download it. Simple. Matlab, mere paas already downloaded hai, so I won't download it. Okay, simple. A pretty simple installation, nothing fancy. Okay, let's go ahead. Now let's understand why we use Git. Okay, the concept of Git came from maybe when version controlling we say. Can anyone tell me what do you understand by version control? Version control. Can anyone tell me what is version control? See, if I will just simply go to Google, it's fine. Yeah, if anyone if anyone want to, if I'll ask any question and you Google it and you tell me, that is also fine. I'm not against googling anything and telling the mentor, right? It's fine. It's all about how efforts you're putting in. Okay, so if you will say, if you'll simply Google but version control in the group, in your Google, it will tell you track projects, how we this some kind of this some kind of repository or whatnot. This ये repository terms में बाद में जाएंगे. Some kinds of track project history, all these versions and everything. So in every organizations, I'll tell you, in every organizations with people work on multiple, like let's forget about organization. Let's talk about your mobile phone. You use maybe Android or iPhone, right? Or maybe any kind of game that you play. It can be, it can be PUBG, Fortnite, or whatnot, right? Every time there is a new version coming where there is a differentiation coming because of something. Okay, let me see if I have those. Yeah, they are just trying to upgrade the product. They are just making some a little bit changes in something that is helping you out to build something new. Okay, that is helping the maybe the development team. Maybe they have improved in the maybe the from the they have improved some projects. They have maybe they might have added some new features or something like this. So that is what a version control means, where version का मतलब हम एक मेंटेन्ड स्ट्रक्चर बना रहे हैं कि वन में हमने सपोज वन में हमने ABC फीचर दिए थे. व्हेन आई से ABC, सपोज आपने देखा होगा कुकिंग वीडियोस में. सपोज I'll use very decent example. Suppose if you have to make a if you have to prepare some biryani, right? Suppose you have to make some non biryani have to prepare, right? So you will just chop the fruit, you will just chop the vegetables, you will pick up some all these maybe what we can say masalas and ingredients or whatnot we can say. So these are steps, right? First you will chop the vegetables, then you will pick up all these things, then you will put some oil, then you will put some something, some rice, you will soak some rice into the water, and all these are step by step processes that you follow, right? Keeping documenting everything, all these step by step processes, it's what we call version controlling. So that if a new person is coming, so suppose ऐसे सोचो, if you are cooking a biryani and you got some urgent work. Okay, you got some meeting or you got some kind of urgent work. Now your mother steps in and she wants to prepare. Now she already knows what you have done and what you have not. Simply understand it like this. Why we say good documentation, bad documentation? People talk about good documentation and bad documentation. What exactly it is? Why exactly we need a good documentation? Why exactly people इतने जो SD3 की सैलरी और 2 की सैलरी में आपने हाई परसेंटेज में देखा होगा, वो क्यों आता है? That is because of the experience. Because with experience, people keep getting better and better. They write better code. They structure the code better. They write good comments. अपने code में comments लिखना अच्छी बात है, so that you should understand what you are writing, right? So that is precisely about good code and bad code. So and ये कोई नया concept नहीं है. It is very simple. अगर आप अपने घर में if you are preparing some kind of food, if you are preparing, I was using the example of biryani. If you are preparing biryani, right? And you left in, but you already chopped the vegetables and you left in between. Now if your mother comes in between and she started to prepare that biryani that you were cooking earlier. Now she knows that what you have already done, what she has to do, because she know the process, what she has to do already, and she can go ahead and she can prepare the biryani. Very simple. That same analogy applies here as well in the when we talk about the version controlling and the writing any code stuff, right? It's simple that if you are building a product and a new developer or maybe existing developer works on particular system, or even you are working on any particular thing, then it is very easy instead of wasting time on unnecessary things like reading that code and understanding what you have written earlier, maybe 2-3 days back, you can simply go through simple steps that you have written. You have already made a checklist, you can go through these and you can start working on the next features. That's pretty much simple about these version controlling system, and that's why we use all the distributed version control, right? Now, uh, if after installation, then we talk about GitHub, right? GitHub is a earlier it was privately owned. People has made tutorials. I really don't understand what they are making inside those tutorials. I'll give you a simple tutorial, a single one that will help you. Maybe this will even 100%. See, there will always be, you can't learn 100%. Just first of all, there will be, you can't learn 100% at no. We are just getting started. I just explained the version controlling those things to these folks, and we will get started. We have already started a couple of minutes back, so you didn't miss anything. Don't forget, don't panic. Okay, it's fine. So, what I was talking. Okay, I just forgot. I'm really sorry. I have this habit of forgetting. We were talking about the version controlling system. We have already covered. Okay, GitHub. I was talking about GitHub. Yeah. So, why does the GitHub is software that is owned by GitHub is tool that is owned by Microsoft. Earlier, it was a new company. Okay, now maybe now it has been owned by Microsoft already. Microsoft has 100% stakes, own the 100% stakes of GitHub, right? So their Microsoft teams itself rolls out the, so Microsoft employees and GitHub employees are same now. Last year कुछ firing हुई थी, so approximately 90% of the GitHub team has been fired last year. मतलब आपने recession में सुना होगा, 90% of the GitHub team has been fired. India की 100% team fire हुई है GitHub की, ठीक है, to be very honest. Directors, every director has been fired of GitHub. Now Microsoft and GitHub is same. So those who the director of Microsoft are driving the GitHub initiatives, right? So the global directors of Microsoft, right? So it's fine, it's they overhired people. They do not need that much people, and they I'll so ये सारी बातें बाद में Anurag, if you have any question, maybe please you can drop in the chat. Maybe if everyone will open the, or we can, if you want to open your mic, we can just do that in the last 15 10 minutes. Okay, 15 10 minutes. Okay, let's go ahead. So let's not chit chat. Let's come to the main topic. So maybe this was about the Git and GitHub. Git is a simple open source tool that allows you to keep a version of everything, so that it is easy for new developers, for yourself, for everyone to understand and write a better code. That's it. Ultimately, the goal is to code, not to focus. आपका goal हमेशा, मतलब you want to go to, I just told you one example. Suppose you want to go to, I want to go to Bangalore, right? I always want to focus on, you know I will just simply go with, like, if I'm taking a flight, I'll simply board a flight and go to Bangalore. Simple. That's very pretty much simple. I do not focus on from at which longitude, latitude it is going at, maybe if my flight is at 1 p.m., at 2 p.m., where is my flight located in Earth, मतलब उन सब चीज़ों में focus नहीं करूँगा, right? It's pretty much simple. I'll focus on the final end goal. So ultimate goal is to code, right? So don't, not over exaggerating, not under exaggerating, but trying to make you understand that ये जो चीजें आप आज today, the session that you are taking, get up, it is very simple. Don't exaggerate it. Okay, enough talking. Maybe let's go ahead and I'll share my entire screen. Maybe that would be a bit better.
Lakshit, you are not audible and we can't see you. Is it the same for everyone?
Yes, I think there's a connectivity issue on his side.
Okay. Lakshit, maybe you can try to rejoin the meeting.
I'm really sorry, folks. I just forgot to plug in my charger, so that's why my laptop got switched off. So I'm just sharing my screen. I hope this is visible to you all. So there are some couple of commands that you should understand while learning Git and GitHub. These are, so I'll just, first of all, I'll just type these commands in the chat section so that everyone could understand. But first is git add. There is one command called git add, then git commit, git push, git pull, git, what we can say, git fetch, git clone, git fork. These are simple commands that maybe what status git, and some could be git status, git branch, and git checkout, and last, maybe last could be that you might use, that could be git merge. Yes, so these are some couple of commands that you will, agar matlab, if you are working on any personal projects, these are maximum commands that you can use maybe for your entire, for your entire project. That's it. The GitHub and Git entire thing ends right over here. Okay, these are all the commands that you will use in your while working on any project, right? So what I will do, I'll what I will do, I'll just make a new, maybe let's start a new project where we can just understand, where maybe where we can do, let's try to do it in this folder. Okay, not in this folder, maybe we can try to do it in programming right over here. So I'll open terminal here. Okay, so those who don't know, this is a trick to open a VS Code in your whatever folder you want, right? So this is a maybe simple trick, maybe I'll just tell you. So आपको जिस भी डायरेक्टरी में अपने फोल्डर, सपोज इफ यू वांट टू ओपन maybe in the D directory, if you want to open the VS Code. So this is for the terminal thing. So if I'll show you, if I'll do, if I'll open the terminal, then you will see my directory that you will see right over here will be, see, the terminal right now, the directory is this. Let's wait for, yeah, right now you can see the directory is E. I'm in E directory, right? I'm in this E root, the root folder is E. Suppose if you want it to be on the D folder, you can just simply go here, right click, and you can open the terminal and type this. You can just simply type code space dot, and it will open the maybe VS code for you there. So that is pretty much simple. That a little bit trick that helps a lot while you are working on multiple projects, right? Okay, now let's move ahead, and so we need a programming folder. Okay, so we are right over here. I'll close this right now. Okay, let's close this as well. Okay, so here what we want to do is we want to simply make some couple of files, and where we want to put it on the GitHub, right? Let's make some couple of files. So maybe I'll write code, uh, index.html, or maybe what not, yeah, maybe index.html only. Let's write index.html. Now it will start the debugger and it will make the index.html file for me. Okay, again, this is one more command, one more thing that I have used. So if you will write code, whatever name you want, suppose I have written code index.html, so it will make an index.html file in that particular directory that I was in, right? So I was, so maybe I was I was right here. Now you can see this index.html file has been made right over here. So this is pretty much, this is another way that by which you can simply open any file and maybe make a new folder. Or maybe this goes with anything, right? You can simply code, you know, uh, try.py. If you will make try.py, it will make again a Python file. It will make, or it goes with anything, any extension that you want, it will make. Okay, that's totally fine. You can see the Python logo right over here. Now, if so, yeah, we just have to once save it and you will be able to see the try.py file right over here. So this is how we can again, but we don't need this right now. So I'll just do it simply, right? Now we just need some basic HTML content over here. I'll just use any. Do anyone has any questions? You can see someone has opened their mic. Any questions, folks? Okay, let's wait for 1-2 minutes. If anyone has any question, just let me know. Unless and until I'm just using any. Anyone has any questions? Okay, no questions. I will just use GPT for putting out any random content. So what we are here, we can use simple maybe HTML code lines. Let's not do exaggerate a little bit so that you can understand it very simple. Okay, HTML code for carousels. Okay, right. So this why I'm using, you might be thinking why I'm using all these, because we also want to keep a theme of genuine. I'll tell you, if you might have observed, my chat GPT looks a bit different. No, I'm not using chat GPT. You can see I'm using the 3.5 version only. But why my chat GPT looks a bit different, I'll tell you why. Because I'm using one extension, that is AIPRM for chat GPT prompts, that has multiple. I just wanted to integrate this in between. That's why I have used this chat GPT right over here. Because yeah, so what this does is it will give you all that. So you can see this. So this is especially for those who don't know how to write a prompt, right? Because prompt is the important thing, that while you are writing anything, right, you will see this prompt has been used by 7.2 million folks, right? It gives you an article. If you want to generate an article, if you want to write a book, it will give you the chapter. So there are more than there are 450 4,576 prompts cards that has been already there. You can utilize always these. You can always utilize, you can just all need to do simply click on this and just now give it a maybe. You just have to write your maybe maybe your title. Yeah, you just have to write your title right over here, maybe Git and GitHub. That's it. You just have to write your title and it will give you a very nice formulated generated you know particular thing, right? Otherwise, अगर आपने देखा होगा, if you will simply write on normal chat GPT, if you will try to write this right now, it has given me with markdowns and everything. It has given me a very nice article. But if I have tried it with simple chat GPT, it would have given me something else. It would have given me a little bit different things, right? It would have given me a very decent, simple article, right? So that was that's why you can just simply search for maybe AI PRM extension for ChatGPT. Okay, that's what you have to search. AI PRM. Okay, I'll just type in the chat box as well. AI PRM. And when we talk about GenAI, there are two aspects. First, those who make GenAI products, and second, those who use GenAI products. So you can be the part of anywhere, wherever you want. You can be the maker, you can be the user. It's totally fine. That there is nothing fancy in making the chat GPT, making the these tools. And again, it is not something very fancy, and using it is not any nothing shame in using all these, being a user, right? It's totally fine, you can be at any point of time. Ultimate goal is to save your time, right? So whenever you are saving your time, it's totally fine. Now let's go ahead with Git and GitHub that we were talking about. Now let's try. Okay, first of all, how many of you don't have a GitHub account? Is there anyone who do not have a GitHub account? Everyone has GitHub account. That's maybe the perfect audience that I got. Maybe so if you have GitHub account, I want. Okay, Rakesh, you don't have. Anyone else who don't have a GitHub account? No, sir. Okay. Yes, you don't have a GitHub account. Anyone else? See, one, and those who even have a GitHub account, I'll tell you, I will give you one personal advice on based on my personal experience. If you're making a GitHub account, make it using your personal email ID. Don't use it, don't, or maybe Gmail ID or whatnot, right? Don't make your GitHub account using your college ID. Just remember, don't make your GitHub account using, or any account, आपको अपने कॉलेज अकाउंट को बहुत किसी भी नए अकाउंट में क्रिएट करने के लिए, प्रोफाइल पे क्रिएट करने के लिए नहीं यूज करना है, बिकॉज once you will be out of college, your GitHub, your college ID will be shagged. That's what happened with me. My GitHub, I made my GitHub ID using my college ID, and my entire progress of 4 years was shagged. So this is a personal advice. I didn't added a the supported email ID was not there. I'm trying to get it through GitHub, but it will take time, another maybe 2-3 weeks. But again, if you just do not make your GitHub ID with your college ID, try to make it with your own account. Okay, now let's open github.com. Again, very simple. You just have to make an account using your personal email ID, your personal Gmail ID, or whatever you want. Gmail, Outlook, whatever. Outlook, if someone uses Outlook, that is also fine. It's totally fine to use whatever you want. Okay, so you can just simply sign up right over here, and you can go sign up, and using your ID, you can just simply go ahead and make your account. Okay, that's totally fine. Now, please don't ask me password. Yes, it's here. Okay, it's fine. It's not asking password. Just give me a moment. I'm really sorry for all these, uh, you know, midterm installations, everything. I was not aware. I just told, couple of minutes later, like I was told 12 o'clock that I have to take this session. So I was not ready for this. Okay, that's totally fine now. So if you will see, there are multiple things right over here. These are some ads. These are some couple of people that I follow. So you can see the feed over there, but it's fine if you don't want to explore this. You don't want to make it Instagram, right? So always there is two things, right? It is all about repository. What is repository? Repository is a folder that keeps you your version, that keeps all your files, that keeps all your folders, and that will keep your everything, right? Repository is like a bucket where you are putting everything into it. Okay, so it's something like this only. uh, now maybe so this is, you can just make a repository public, and you can make a private repository, right? What is the difference? As the name suggests, public repository को कोई भी देख सकता है, private repository को only you will be able to see the private repository, right? So right now we will make a public repository, and we can make maybe name, what is this initiative name? I just forgot. Okay, let's give it a random name. Maybe we can discover. Let's try to name it discover. Okay, now you can simply click on create new repository. So this is the best part about GitHub, right? It will already give you commands, that what are all the commands that you can see, right? And that you can use and utilize all these, right? So I'll quickly explain you all these things that are right over here, right? Git init is for the initialize repository. I'll tell you this later. Get add readme. If you want to add readme.md, what is readme? Suppose if I want to, suppose maybe I just want to, you can see this, right? I'll tell you one more thing. Okay, unless it is opening because we have less time left. So what I will do, I'll just go ahead and explore a little bit more. Okay, commit. I'll tell you what does the commit do, what does the branch do, everything. I will tell you all these commands. This is especially for if you are using if you are creating a new repository on the command line, you can use all these commands. You can start with git init, you can start with git add readme and commit some branches and everything. If you are pushing an existing repository, you can simply use all these things, right? If you are importing some code, you can simply click on import code and you can just click on, you can give a reference of that particular repository. You can always go and go ahead. And so if you will see the content that is written over here, this content, that whatever you can see right over here, this content comes under readme file, readme.md file, right? So this is what we call a readme.md file. It's for the good looking of the projects, right? Suppose there's a folder inside, right? How I'll tell you, maybe mm, with an example. I just wanted to tell with a reference of example. Okay, so suppose there is a fruit shop, right? There is a fruit shop, and inside that fruit shop there are multiple kind of apples. One is organic, one is decent, one is coming from maybe the famous apple is from Himachal Pradesh. I guess the one is coming from Himachal Pradesh. So it has been categorized, right? Now all these boxes of maybe apples has been categorized and there is a label on it, right? This is for Himachal Pradesh, this is organic, this is inorganic or whatnot. Everything is right over there. Everything is just everything pasted. There is a label on the on every bucket, right? There is a fruit shop, then there is a bucket. The fruit shop has been named fruit shop cup like name hai. Everything is looking very good, everything is looking very nice with the fruit shop. That is your what we call it, that is your GitHub account. Your GitHub account is looking very nice, your profile is looking very nice. Just understand with a reference of example I'm telling you. So that is your profile that has been already. Okay, I'll tell you how to make your GitHub profile look impressive, though it doesn't matter, but still I'll tell you. Okay, no, 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 Bill, no, 100% no. There is nothing about learning. Yes, even if you learn zero, you know, there is in GitHub, there is nothing about learning, right? I'll tell you why. Because in everything, there is nothing about learning. These commands are simply, मतलब ये commands ना आप हर दिन use करोगे. The commands that you see right over here, especially these four commands you will use every day. So you don't need to learn these as soon as तीन चार बार अगर आप करते रहोगे you will understand. You will at some point of time आपके even your hands will remember, your fingers will remember, right? That right now this command you have to put. So don't ever try to remember all commands, or don't ever think that you have to first master Git and GitHub, then you have to make some project. No, nothing like this. Git and GitHub is, there is nothing about mastering in Git and GitHub. Understand this. Practical example of what Pragati, like what do you didn't understand. I'm just going with, I'll I'll show you everything, don't worry. I was explaining all, I was explaining you this, where where I can find all the commands and like any documents, official documentation, all the commands. Okay, I can provide you Git cheat sheet. Okay, I'll just look for one Git cheat sheet and I'll just share it with you. Okay, that's totally fine. But you don't need all commands, right? You just need just 10 commands you need, and that's it. You don't need all those commands that maybe rebase, or those commands that are highly impressive, that you will use when you are working in a maybe in an organization who has maybe 1 lakh plus members, like TCS, Infosys, or maybe Microsoft, GitHub, Google, whatever or whatnot, जहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग एक साथ काम करते. There are more than 20,000 projects are there working in a particular organization. There you will need to learn all those commands, right? Even not learn, you just have to, अगर आप कैसे copy paste भी करो, that is also fine. No one really cares. Okay, we will come to that part very later. Okay, let's go ahead and do the practical stuff. Okay, so then you have to modify. I told you we have also put a label on our apples that this is coming from Madhya Pradesh, this is coming from Jammu Kashmir. So that it is easy to understand that what is inside that bucket, right? So that's why we prepare the readme. Same analogy applies over as well. So inside our GitHub account, I don't know. So if you will see, I don't know what is this. So I'll just go to this profile, like this is his profile. I don't know what is this cortex, I don't know what is this firewall, I don't know what is this project Euler, right? Once I'll click on this, it's readme will tell what is inside. Getting it? So you have to prepare your readme so that everyone can, even you should understand what is inside after, if you're coming after very long in your project. So that is pretty much a simple example that you can understand. Right now you can just simply click on this, okay? You can just simply click on this command, and you can always go ahead and maybe, because we have already added this, so okay. Hmm. Okay, let's fine. Let's go ahead. Maybe there might be a problem because I have multiple Git repository open, but it's fine. Let's try, and I hope nothing messes up. Okay, git clone and paste. Now, why I can start with git init as well. I would have started git init with git init as well, but why have used clone? Why have used? So there are two commands. First is git clone and git fork, राइट? दो चीजें होती है गिट एंड गिटहब में, गेट क्लोन एंड गेट फोक. गेट क्लोन के अंदर क्या होता है, जितने भी आपके गेट क्लोन गिटहब रेपोजिटरी के अंदर का जितना भी कंटेंट होगा, उसके हिस्ट्री वर्जन सब कुछ एक साथ कॉपी होके आ जाएगा. Git fork is not a command. Git fork is a external, maybe third party thing where you are just copying, where you are just making a copy of that GitHub repository. Suppose अगर मैं आपको एक चीज दिखाऊं, suppose this is the GitHub, this is the repository, okay? GitHub repository, I want to fork it, right? How I can fork it? I can simply click on fork. So I can simply click on fork, and I can make a own copy for myself, create a fork. Git fork is not a command. Git fork is like a third party thing that has been made by GitHub, right? Git fork doesn't exist in open source, right? Git clone is something that copies everything and that gives you. Now I am what I will do, I'll do git add. So there are a couple of things. So right now what I can do, I can either write git index.html. Okay, can anyone see my, everyone can see this command line, right?
Yes, it's visible.
Just, yeah, I'll just zoom it a little bit. Now you can see there is one thing, get add index.html, because we have added index.html here. So either I can simply write the file name what I have added, या तो मैं अपनी file name का नाम add कर दूँ. I can simply enter right over here, or what I can do, I can do this after this dot, and I'll put enter. ये डॉट क्या करेगा, मैंने जितनी भी फाइल्स ऐड करी होंगी, राइट? अभी तो हमने सिर्फ एक फाइल ऐड करी है. सो राइट नाउ वी हैव एडेड ओनली वन फाइल राइट ओवर है. But if I would have added maybe 10 files, so this get add dot will automatically activate all those files that I have added. Index.html, maybe index.style.css, maybe app.js or whatever, जितनी भी फाइल्स होंगी सबको वो एक्टिवेट कर देगा. Getting it? ये सबको समझ आया? What is the difference between git add dot and git? So you can always write like this, right? HTML, then style, maybe style.css. You can just simply separate app.js. But अब कितनी फाइल्स का नाम लिखोगे यहाँ पे, right? So इसलिए अगर एक फाइल है then it is fine, you can always do this. But if there are multiple files, you can also do this, okay? Now what is the difference? अंडरस्टैंड दिस. अगर आप किसी एक GitHub repository पे काम कर रहे हो, if you are working on your personal projects, then it is fine. No one else is working on it, right? That is totally fine. But if multiple people are working on a particular project, suppose you are working for a company, and at the one point of time, suppose we are making a project called Discover, and for the Discover project, multiple people are adding or deleting something, and if they are pushing some changes into it, if I will do git add dot, then it will activate all the files that all the folks have made, right? So that's the difference. So you do always, it's, and there is a concept of remote, and there is this concept of remote, right? What does the remote means? Remote access. So understand it like this: remote is something like your own system, your own particular system. जैसे आप PL/SQL का अगर आपने कभी use करा, okay, you are first year folks, nothing, no shoes, it's fine. So what, how I should tell you remote, right? Remote access connection. How I tell you remote access connection with an example. Understand it like this: something is available on internet. You have downloaded. Okay, that one, maybe what we call it, Google. Sorry, Prime. Prime. What we call Amazon Prime. I just forgot the name. Amazon Prime, right? You are using Amazon Prime, maybe, and you just want to see some video, right? You just want to see some video, but your internet connection is not fine, so you are traveling somewhere and you wanted to download it. You have downloaded it. Now you can go any time to the download option. You can watch those downloads right in that particular folder, in that particular application only, right? So that is something called a remote access. That now you have you can remotely access without internet connection. You can remotely access those particular pictures or movies, right? That's what we call a remote access, right? So now let's go ahead and understand some more commands. I'll do get okay, we have not initialized the get init. Okay. Cannot make direct. Okay, let's do one thing. I will go to this. I'll utilize any particular command. Okay. So what is happening exactly here? I'll tell you why this you can see a random text is coming, because I'll tell you why. Right now there are these so many files right over here, and this .git folder is outside of this discover. That is why it's happening. Why? Because in all these folders there might be a git present, right? Maybe inside this like that .git is present right over here. So there are multiple already git folders that are present over here. So what I will do, I'll just first of all delete this. Okay, I will just first delete this, and what I will do, I'll make a new folder right over here so that I can make it a separate file. What I will do, just um, uh, test session. I'll make right over here. I'll do the, so those, for those who have joined late, this could be a very easy for them. So this is what we have done till here. Okay, we can simply start code dot. I can open my VS Code. I can close this one. I can open my VS Code right over here. Yeah, let's wait for this to open, right? Then I can make a new file right over here. Then I'll add the content into it. Pretty much simple. That's what we have done right till here, right? Let's wait. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. And before this, we have talked about the installation purpose. So you can always click on, you can always search for Git installation. You will find how to install Git. Okay. So no, not Git. I just want Git code index.html. Okay. Okay. Perfect. The index.html file is right over here. Now, okay, let's add a simple p tag. Let's not exaggerate. This is a simple practical application. Okay. Now, let's let it run. Okay, let's not waste much more time into it. So what we have done, we have created a folder test session, and where we have made a new file, that is where we have made a new file, and this will be index.html. It's taking a little bit time, but yeah, index.html is right over here. It has been saved, right? Now what we will do, we will get, where is the discover? Here's the discover. So this is the repository that we have just made, and what we can do, continue. I'm signed in with which account? Just give me a second. I guess. Okay, I'm really sorry. I'm signed up with someone else's account, so it is not allowing me to. Yeah, I have signed out with that account now. Okay, I was signed in with someone else's account, so it was not allowing me to initialize the GitHub repository. Just give me a second. Now, yeah, now I'm signed in. Okay, perfect. Now everything seems fine. Okay. So what we were doing is we were simply, you can simply always, what you can do, simply copy this. You can add the file right over here. Get clone. You can copy this, and it will clone the discover file for you. Either if you want it like this or not, it is totally fine. Okay. Get add remote origin. So what we are trying, we are adding a remote origin with this. So we can always add a remote origin for this file. So right now, I'm sorry. Perfect. So we will do this. Okay. So now what we will do, get add. So dash session do not have a commit check the account. Give me a moment. We will pick any other repository, simple repository, so that you can understand. Okay. I have to sign in. Okay. Let's not use this. Okay, let's use the code spaces, because this will be so I tell you what is the problem happening here right now. I have this. So there is my friend who, for with whom I was working, and she has some issues with whom I was logged into the project, this parallel project, right? So that's why I was using her account. So right now I have to make some couple of changes that will at least require half an hour. So what we will do, we'll use GitHub code spaces for right now, so that we can maybe we can practice all these lines and all these codes, right? We can use GitHub code spaces simply, because I don't think there is any other way by which I can tell you this. So let's take an example of with this one. I can code spaces, create code spaces on main. Yeah, we will use this in browser only. Let's close the this one. Let's wait for this code spaces to make, and then yeah, it's I'm just waiting for this code spaces to make. So what had happened here is, so I was using someone else account, someone else GitHub account. So there for making her portfolio. So that's why there will be some configurations that I have to make, because my root folder is different, my everything is different. So that's why I'm using someone else account. Right now we are using GitHub code spaces, where I can make you understand a little bit better, and this will be way easier because this is an ongoing project of Microsoft that I'm working on. So this this portfolio project this is maintained by Microsoft. This is extended version of Microsoft that yeah, you can see this is the Microsoft code project that I was working on. So it's right now it's building container. Let's wait for it to complete and then we can go ahead. Yeah, it's done. Okay, right now you can see this is an ongoing project and we will make something, we will make some changes right over here so that we can always okay, right now I'm in the main folder. Okay, so what I will do, workspaces MLSA portfolio main. Okay, so we will make maybe code, maybe index. So just assume this as like, okay, I just don't. It is exactly starting. I just don't want that. So what I will do, I'll just simply get I'll just simply do code index.html, right? And it will make a HTML folder for me. It will simply, you can just simply make like this dot html. So we have made a HTML folder right over here, right? You can see right over here we have made a index.html. Maybe we should rename it because there might be possible there will be another maybe uh, random.html. Yeah, no one would name in Microsoft. Okay, perfect. So here we will be using a simple, this is a simple example. Okay, so what we will do, get add dot, okay, get commit minus m edit the random file. So you can see right over here, I have written something get commit minus m added the random file. So whenever I click on this get add dot folder, what happens is it activates the all the folders that have all the files that I'm working with. Okay, that I'm working with right now. Now what does this means? This means it will stage all the files. I'll tell you how this happens. So let's just wait for a moment. I'll just press enter right over here. You can see one file has changed, one file has been inserted. It will tell you what has been changed. There is one file that has been changed and one inserts. And so this is a file that has been changed, random.html, that we have inserted. Create mode random.html. You can see right over here. So I tell you how this works. Okay, I'll tell you the real working of this. Nothing fancy, very simple thing. Let me just open this. It's not opening. Okay, it's here. So suppose this is the folder. Okay, this is the folder, and in this folder I want to add some files. So these are the files. These are the files that I have made, and I want these files to push it into the GitHub. So I cannot directly push it right over here. Okay, I cannot. Okay, so what for that purpose, what I just need so I okay, where's the pen? Okay, what I need to do, I have to stage it first. So what does that staging means? Staging means I have to activate those files. So whenever we write get add dot, it activates all the files. It checks where the changes had been made. कि changes किस file के अंदर changes हुए हैं. Did I change in this file? Did I change in this A file, or did I change in this B file? In which file the changes had been made, and it will see overlook everything, and it will stage it. It will make it ready that you have to go. So what I will do, suppose I have made changes, I have added something in this, I have added something in this, it will ask him, be ready, you have to go inside this so that we can keep a documentation that this file has been modified. Okay, so that's pretty much the concept of the staging. Now what does the commit means? So when we say commit, we have to, you can see this particular string right over here. So I'll just simply copy it. So this particular string that we can see right over here, that I will just paste it in the right over here, right? So whenever we are working on, any kind of, whenever we are working with GitHub, there is a commit that so this is the particular string which will tell that this change has been made there. अगर मैंने अपनी फाइल में index.random.html ऐड करा है तो उस कमिट को मैं कहाँ पे फाउंड करूँगा? If I'll just search for this commit, I'll be easily able to find that this commit is referring to this particular change. Example से बताता हूँ. So suppose अगर कोई so there can be any other thing. So suppose there is any maybe any, so if I'll add another file, the commit will be changeable. Okay, there will be some different string that will tell you that this commit, मैंने कोई A feature डाला तो उसके लिए अलग commit होगा, B feature डाला तो उसके लिए अलग commit होगा. You have to commit every time. Okay, now every commit has its message. Why have I added this -m? -m helps us to add a message with our commit कि हमने commit तो डाल दिया, but अगर मैं बोलूँगा कि इस commit को जाके देख लो, will this ever signify कि मैंने random.file add करी है? No, right? With this I will add one message that I have added random.file. इस तरीके से जैसे मैंने यहाँ पर करा हुआ, you can see right over here, added random file. I have said added random file, so it will tell me कि ये जो random.html है ये मैंने ऐड करा. आप कुछ भी लिख सकते हो, it can be 1 line 2 line 3 line, it can just commit. मतलब just make sure it is understandable. ऐसा नहीं कि आप यहाँ पे x cube, मैंने कई सारे लोगों को देखा है, and these are good developers, they have right, they are, what they do is they write random comments like git commit -m, and then like they do like something like git commit -m, and they do something like ऐसे लिख देते हैं and छोड़ commit कर देते हैं. But how this will tell me that I made some changes in my folder, and I have to look everything. अगर कोई अच्छा coder होगा then it will take a lot of time, right? So that's particular. Now there is some command called get status. So what does the get status means? Get status, अभी देखो क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे. गेट स्टेटस मुझे बता दे कि भाई चल क्या रहा है, करंट में क्या चल रहा है, वो गेट स्टेटस मुझे बताएगा. सिंपल सी चीज है. राइट नाउ अभी चल क्या रहा है, वन योर ब्रांच इज अहेड ऑफ origin मीन बाय वन कमिट. तो अभी हमने इस कमिट को पुश नहीं करा है, तो क्या बोल रहा है, इज अहेड ऑफ वन कमिट, सो वी हैव टू पुश इट. सो यूज गेट पुश्ड पब्लिक योर लोकल कमिट. सो इट इज जस्ट आस्किंग टू गेट पुश्ड द कमिट. सो दैट इज प्रीटी मच सिंपल. सो गेट पुश origin main. Right now have what I did is get push origin main. Now there are some couple of things you have to always remember, because I'm only working on the main branch. I am already working on the main branch. What does this signify? See, this tells key there can be multiple branches at particular time in any GitHub repository. So suppose in particular organization, अगर आप किसी organization के अंदर काम कर रहे हो, suppose this is your main organization and this is your production code, right? ये आपका अगर main organization है, इसके अंदर एक repository होगी जो कि testers के लिए होगी. Okay, this is, there will be one there will be one for development repository, there will be one repository, so sorry, I'm sorry, one branch, I'm really sorry, there will be one branch for maybe some kind of payment purposes, there can be one kind of branch. So every branch, किस branch में अगर मुझे पेमेंट वाले में कुछ चेंजेस करना है, मुझे कुछ चेंजेस पेमेंट वाले में करना है, मुझे अगर कुछ किसी नैप बार में या कुछ अपनी वेबसाइट से रिलेटेड चेंज करना है तो मैं इस वाले में जाऊँगा, अगर मुझे पेमेंट से रिलेटेड करना है तो मैं इस वाले में जाऊँगा. सपोज अगर उसके अलावा कोई और फीचर देखना है तो मैं, हो सकता है मैं इस वाले में जाऊँ, राइट? सो देयर कैन बी मल्टीपल ब्रांचेस वर्किंग एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम. लाइक अगर इसमें है, सो लाइक देयर इज मेन. Okay, there is main and portfolio only. I'll just, so in Microsoft this branch there will be multiple. Just give me a moment, I'll show you one thing. So see, we have यहाँ पे हमने ऐड करा था, right, random.html. You can see this random.html file is here. हमने random.html file के अंदर क्या लिखा था अभी देखेंगे. See, this is what we have wrote in random.html file. Understood? Very simple. I have done nothing. Very simple thing I have done. Suppose अगर मैं इसके अंदर कुछ और changes कर रहा हूँ, suppose maybe I'll just add a h1 tag in it. Try get and GitHub. Okay, I have just changed this. Now what I will do, I'm repeating the steps again. Git add dot git commit -m change in random dot html file. Okay, you can see. Now what I can do, git push origin main. Now अगर अब हम एक बारी अगर हम इसको रिफ्रेश करेंगे, you will be able to see the changes will reflect right over here because we have directly pushed our changes and we have, you can see, trying out the git and GitHub. So this is pretty much simple. These are the pretty much simple commands that you can always try. Okay, then there are some other commands like you can see right, and this Microsoft, so I'm also Microsoft MVP, so I update all these things with them. So you can see right now they have multiple branches with them. Okay, like for Copilot there is one for updated package, there is one for updated site gifs, there is one for all the issue list, there is one for the home image, there is one. If I have to merge two branches, how I can merge? So there is one simple command, git merge. बट देर इज अ ट्रिक विद गेट मर्ज. गेट मर्ज होने के लिए आपकी दोनों ब्रांचेस में कुछ चीजें डिफरेंट होनी चाहिए. सो सपोज देर इज मे बी there can be this box and then there can be this box. This can be merged because ये दोनों different है, दोनों के अंदर का content different है. So what GitHub will do, it will compare and it will merge. Suppose अगर मैं अभी just give me one second. Suppose आपने देखा कि अगर मैं इसको, और जो हमारे पास पहले था, हमारे पास पहले क्या था, हमारे पास सिर्फ पहले p टैग था. अगर हमारे पास एक ब्रांच होती जिसमें सिर्फ ये p टैग वाली लाइन होती, और अगर हमारे पास सेम एक और ब्रांच होती जिसमें सिर्फ h1 और p टैग वाली ब्रांच होती, ये दोनों ब्रांचेस होती. सो हाउ इट विल मर्ज, it will let it remain same and it will add this file. This is how the merge works. Okay, now let's go maybe we have already discussed commit, we have we have discussed git branch. Okay, one more thing, if you want to know what maybe branch you are working on, कि आप कौन सी branch में काम कर रहे हैं, so you can simply search for git branch. It will tell you that I am working on main branch. It can be main for me, so for someone it can be master. Okay, मतलब वो डिपेंड करता है जब आप repository सेट कर रहे हो तो आपने क्या ऐड करा है. ठीक है, so for me it is git, for me it's main, for someone it can be master as well. Okay, that depends whatever you are using. Okay, now there can be this whole. Okay, perfect. Now if there are some, so suppose right now I'm working in this repository. Suppose if someone has pulled some changes on this, agar, so I'm working on this repository, right? This maybe, okay, this is the repository that I'm working on. This is the repository that I'm working on. Suppose is project pe with me, along with me there are some couple of other folks as well who are already working on this, and they have made some changes into it, and I want those changes to reflect on my maybe what we can say, to reflect on my GitHub repository as well. So because I'm working as in remote connection, how I can do this, there is a command called git pull origin main. मेन में जितने भी चेंजेस हुए हैं सबको पुल कर लो, मीन्स खींच लो. this is what it tells us. Okay, then there is one more thing, dot git ignore, which is the most important thing of the entire git thing. I just according to me, because इसकी वजह से काफी टाइम ना मिस हो जाती हैं आपकी चीजें. ठीक है, what does this git ignore means? See, whenever you are dot git ignore files means कि कई बार आपने देखा होगा, so I have seen this with couple of folks while they just want to push something to GitHub through VS Code. What happens is in their VS Code it shows 10,000 plus changes, 10,000 plus commits, 10,000 plus changes are happening. It is why that is happening, because there is no git ignore file that is present over there, and it is compiling all the projects. So suppose if you will see right in this project, these are the files which are already present, बट मैंने चेंजेस तो सिर्फ random.html में किए, तो ये बार बार इन फाइल्स को क्यों टच करे, right? It has nothing related to all these files, and there will be some logs कितने बड़े होते हैं, what is logs कितने बड़े होंगे, node modules होंगे, npms होंगे, बहुत irrelevant information होगी जो मैं अपने GitHub जब मेरा रन कर रहा होगा ना, तब मैं नहीं चाहता कि वो रन हो. I don't want some part of my code to not, I want some part of my code to be stay idle at some point of time while I'm running something, so that मेरा जो run time हो वो decrease हो सके. Because अगर मैं ये पूरा एक बार में run करूँगा, so it will take again multiple time, मतलब ये सारी चीजें एक बार में रन होंगी तो फिर तो ये हो गया, मतलब आज के दिन में तो ये हो गया. Very simple analogy, ठीक है? So that's why I just add this git ignore file that gives me eyes that you have to ignore this, you have to ignore the .npm files, you have to ignore node modules, because पूरे के पूरे node modules को दोबारा रन करेगा. So this is how you have to simply understand that these are all are the maybe the maximum thing that you have to go ahead. Okay, so now if you will see all these changes are here, then you can utilize this, you can just always download this. So this is pretty much simple. Now this is all about the Git and GitHub. Okay, now I'll tell you some tricks and some things about Git and GitHub that will help you to make a good profile. So there are, okay, I'll just close this code space, just give me a second. Now if here anyone has any doubt, tell me. Yeah, Abdullah, please go ahead. Yeah, you can just.
सर कैन यू काइंडली एक्सप्लेन कि अगर मेरे पास एक प्रोजेक्ट मैंने पहले ही अपने लैपटॉप के अंदर बना के रखा हुआ, तो GitHub डेस्कटॉप के अलावा क्या मैं उसे डायरेक्टली तौर पे GitHub पे लेके जा सकता हूँ github.com के जरिए?
हाँ, obviously you can always take your projects to github.com. You just have to make a new repository, copy it. Okay, what you have to do, मैंने आपको कैसे बताया था कि suppose let's take an example of this program. Let's take an example of some kind of project that I made, maybe Linux projects, right? Suppose there is a Linux project that I have made. Suppose this is the project, right? Go to the project, जो आपका मेन फोल्डर होगा, मेन फोल्डर के अंदर जाना जहाँ आपकी सारी फाइल्स प्रेजेंट है. ठीक है, उसमें अभी तो मेरे यहाँ पे .git ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट है, उसमें टर्मिनल ओपन करना है आपको. ठीक है, open in terminal, then write code dot what I told you, right? Just write code dot this code dot, okay, this code dot you have to write. It will open the VS Code for you, okay, or maybe whatever default maybe the code editor that you are using, it will open that for you. Then you have to make a new repository. एक नई repository बनाओ. Just initialize the Git repository using Git in it. So suppose whenever you are making, you will get all the instructions right over there. Suppose whenever you are making a new repository, it always gives you the Git init and all these things, right? So you can always go ahead and just Git init, Git add readme, Git commit -m, that's it. उसके बाद फिर सारा git add dot करोगे, सारी की सारी फाइल्स आपकी एक बार में ऐड हो जाएंगी. Git commit -m करना, सारा फिर एक commit का मैसेज ऐड करना, Git push कर देना, सारी फाइल्स एक बार में GitHub के अंदर आ जाएंगी. ठीक है, understood? I'll tell you the process. Open the directory or slash
ओके सर, क्लियर हो गया, थैंक्स.
folder, add initialize the GitHub repo and all the files, push on the change. So these are the particular steps that you have to follow while while you are doing this. Now when those who are exploring how I made this, it is very simple. आपको ये अगर if you want to make your profile look something like this, how you can make your profile look something like this, it is very simple. I'll tell you how you can make something like this. You can simply go to, okay, let me close the code space first. So what you can do, you can simply go for Rahul Jain GitHub and maybe Rahul DK Jain. Git So this is the readme generator that you can use. Okay, some Rahul DK Jain has made this. I'm just sending the link. आपको क्या करना है? I'll tell you. So you have to write your name. Suppose your name is Lakshit. You have to add your maybe whatever your I'm a friend. जितना भी आपको सब टाइटल से ऐड करना है वो सारा डाल दो यहाँ पे. अपना जो प्रोजेक्ट ये सब अगर आपको कुछ लिखना है तो ऐड कर दो, नहीं करना तो उसको यू कैन जस्ट ऑलवेज delete this as well. Okay, it will not show up there. And in programming language जो आपकी skills हैं यहाँ पे, let's suppose Perl है, suppose Elixir है, Elang है, suppose Haskell है, JavaScript है, ये सारी जो skills आपको अपने हिसाब से relevant लगती हैं उन skills पे click कर लो. ठीक है, फ्रंट एंड डेवलपमेंट में आपको कौन कौन से टूल आते हैं, सपोज Angular, Vue.js, उन सब पे क्लिक कर लो सिंपली. बैक एंड डेवलपमेंट में कौन से आते हैं उन पे क्लिक कर लो. मोबाइल में कौन से आता है उन पे क्लिक कर लो. AML में कौन से आता है उन पे क्लिक कर लो. डेटाबेस में जो आता है उन पे क्लिक कर लो. ऐसे करके सारी चीज़ें पे करने के बाद you just have to click on generate readme and it will generate the readme. ठीक है, ये जनरेट हो गया. what you have to do, you have to copy this. इसे कॉपी करना, अपनी GitHub ID खोलना, repositories में जाना and you have to make a repository with your username. What I mean by this, एक नई repository बनानी है अपने username के नाम से. So my username is being wizard. So I'll make being wizard. ये बनाना है, ठीक है, ऐसे बनाना. अभी मैंने because मेरा already बना हुआ है, so that's why it's not allowing me. And repository बनाने के बाद आपको क्या करना है, repository के अंदर जाना है आपको. Suppose let's assume this discover is the readme that you have generated. Okay, then what you have to do, you have to make a readme file. You can simply make a readme file. Okay, अगर आपने पहले से readme बनाया था तो पहले से readme बना सकते हो, वरना create a new file. ये पूरा कंटेंट यहाँ पे पेस्ट करो. ठीक है, जो भी आपने कंटेंट यहाँ से उठाया था, just copy this entire content and paste it right over here. Changes commit करना, it's now doing this. Changes commit करना, save करना और name अपने फाइल को नेम करना है आपके जो यूजर नेम है उसके हिसाब से. being wizard के नाम से नेम कर देना, commit changes करना and it will show up there. Okay, this is how we can just make a simply good looking GitHub profile, though it doesn't matter more, but still you can always make a good GitHub readme profile using this. And if and always there will be some there will be some questions around Git and GitHub and what are these are the 5-6 command that you will always use, nothing more than that. Rebase ये सब चीजें जितनी भी आप कभी बहुत hardly use कर रहे होगे, these are अगर कहीं पे फंस गए then only you have to, if you are debugging something then you have to use rebase and all these things, otherwise you won't be using any of these. So just enjoy and make something really good out of it. Then coming to maybe coming to Gen AI thing, I'll say be a user, or if you are in a first year, just try to be both. Be a maybe Gen AI user as well, try to be a maker as well. बहुत सारे tools खुद से try करो, बनाओ खुद से. There are so many language LLM models that are already available in the market. But I'll tell you one more thing that is very much important, that is this. Just matlab, there is a website called Product Hunt. Okay, you just have to go to Product Hunt and every day there is a new tech product coming out, and in this most of the products are free, because यहाँ पे लोग जो नए नए startups खोलते हैं ना, वो अपने product यहाँ पे list कर देते हैं. So you can get all these things for free. So sometimes these tools you can utilize for free, so it can be very efficient for you. कई बार ये आपके लिए काफ़ी ज़्यादा आसान हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, so try to use all these tools. Then there are some couple of there are multiple AI tools that you can always use, right? that's pretty much utilize all these tools that are already present over there, follow some good people on the internet. I'll say that's it. That's pretty much more than enough. So if anyone has anything, any doubt, any query, or anything related to maybe any issue related to maybe the tech or maybe in the industry, just let me know. Would be happy to answer. Yeah, please, Abdullah, you have raised your hand.
सर एक बात के आप काइंडली अपने GitHub रेपो और साथ में लिंक्डइन को शेयर कर दें, और दूसरा मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि लिंक्डइन जो GitHub के ऊपर हम जो अकाउंट्स बना रहे हैं उसकी प्रोफाइल पिक जोन सी है उसको हम लोग एज अ प्रोफेशनल किस तरह रखें, AI कन्वर्टेड रखें यानी AI टाइप हो या फिर अपनी पर्सनल पिक लगाएं? थोड़ा सा इस वाले से गाइड कर ज्यादा प्रोफेशनल क्या?
आपका पहला वाला क्वेश्चन तो मैंने मिस कर दिया बिकॉज आपका शायद इंटरनेट खराब था। दूसरा क्वेश्चन का आंसर देता हूँ। भाई कोई नहीं देख रहा, सिंपल सी चीज। मैंने आपको GitHub रीडमी फाइल मतलब एक अच्छी GitHub रीडमी फाइल बनाने का मतलब एक वे बताते, बट इट डजंट मैटर, मतलब इट हार्डली मैटर्स, राइट? इफ यू आर नॉट सी राइट नाउ आई टेल यू दिस माय GitHub प्रोफाइल इज pathetic, मतलब कुछ है ही नहीं भाई इसके अंदर। मतलब अगर आप देखोगे ना, if you will see my GitHub profile right now, the GitHub profile that I am using right now, there is nothing, no open source project in this because I've already lost my GitHub ID profile, right, in which I have already contributed to multiple open source projects. I don't have my account, right? I'm just trying to get it from the Microsoft, right? That's not an issue. But इस GitHub profile के अंदर you will see there is no open source project, there is nothing that has been listed right over here, right? मतलब इसके अंदर या तो कोई basic से project पड़े हुए या फिर कोई readme projects पड़े या फिर ऐसी किसी सेशन में मैं कभी GitHub पढ़ा रहा होता तो वही सब पढ़ा हुआ है। So it doesn't matter how does it look good, कोई profile picture ये सब कोई नहीं देख रहा होता। Only what matters is your skills, how you are putting those skills. Try to some good open source programs, उसमें contribute करो, that will always tell you that हाँ इस बंदे ने कुछ करा हुआ है, ठीक है? So don't ट्राई टू बी इन दैट होएक्स कि ये आपका ये जो प्रोफाइल है AI इमेज ये सब इन सब से कुछ होता है, कुछ नहीं होता इन सब चीज़ों से, ठीक है? इन सबसे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। ओपन सोर्स प्रोग्राम्स में एनरोल करो, वहाँ पे कंट्रीब्यूट करो, जब आपका एज अ कंट्रीब्यूटर वहाँ पे नाम आएगा, दैट्स व्हाट मैटर्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ GitHub. सो वी हैव अ डिस्कॉर्ड चैनल, एजुअर डेवलपर कम्युनिटी डिस्कॉर्ड चैनल। दोस हु आर नॉट इन द डिस्कॉर्ड ग्रुप, आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग द लिंक। हम यहाँ पे ना लिंक्डइन रिव्यू करते हैं, रेज्यूमे रिव्यू करते हैं। आई डू द रिव्यूज ओनली बाय द वे, बट देयर मल्टीपल टाइम्स there was a channel for GitHub review and I was very confused, very surprised as well कि what is there for GitHub. There is nothing on GitHub में रिव्यू करने के लिए कुछ है नहीं। It's all about your projects, right? There what's that to review? There is no one ever sees it. Try to contribute in open source, that is more than enough. Yeah. Anything else?
तो सर काइंडली ये गाइड कर देंगे कि ओपन सोर्स प्रोजेक्ट्स कहाँ से ढूंढ सकते हैं? और फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा ये था कि हम लोग जो सा है मैं आपसे आपकी लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल मांग रहा था ताकि आपके साथ इन कॉन्टैक्ट रहा जा सके।
See, see, here you go with my LinkedIn profile. I have shared my LinkedIn profile in the comment section. I have shared one username with you. This is a snippet. There might be some people who might be following him, but try to follow this guy. Matlab, this is a very good guy. He's some Walia. I just forgot the name. Neeraj Walia. He shares a really good content around front-end development, full stack development, and these are about user awareness कि क्या चीज़ें करनी चाहिए, क्या चीज़ें नहीं करनी चाहिए, right? So he's the best person to guide you. He's a great experience as well. Not the best. So follow him. He really sets a good content, and else than that, so whom else I want you to follow? Yeah, you talked about how to find open source projects, right? There are multiple, like you can always, GSOC is coming, right? GSOC is coming, so you can always see what kind of organizations are participating in GSOC. You can start contributing with them. Start with Supabase. Right, Supabase is an alternative of Firebase. But what Supabase helps you is this repository. If you will search this on GitHub repository, this will allow you to, if you are a very beginner, then also it will allow. Just let me show you if I can show you just github.com. Just give me a second. If anyone has any questions, just let me know until I'm just
Lakshit, you are not audible.
I'm not audible.
You are now, but before that, when you were saying something, you were not audible.
No, I was not saying something. Just give me a moment, right? The one. Okay, yeah, here you go. See, this is the repository which you can start contributing with. अपनी open source journey यहाँ से start करो. When I was in my first year, I have done issues that they have made, right? These are the, I have shared the link in the, by the way, I have shared already there. So these are the links, right? You can see you can see how simple it is, right? मतलब लिखा है कि shift UI logo visibility issue in light mode. मतलब shift UI का जो logo है वो light mode में नहीं दिख रहा है. This is what it says. मतलब आप इसमें click करो, just ask them that you want to do this. देखो Swift का logo यहाँ पे नहीं दिख रहा. इतना छोटे सा, मतलब इतना छोटा सा मतलब, you can, there are very beginner friendly issues that you can start with. In light mode, Swift UI logo is not visible, so you can just comment, I want to work on this one. The commenter will assign you. You can just make a new branch, and you can always make a pull request, and that's it. Start your journey from here. इतने बहुत, there are very simple, see, there's something in documentations as well. See, this is not this so they want this to be in proper structure. Enter local, click search, no docs found. So they want this issue to be in proper structure. You can all, ये documentation है, मतलब इसके लिए आपको tech भी आना जरूरी नहीं है. मतलब आपको tech नहीं आता तब भी आप इस issue को solve कर सकते हो. अपना पहला open source contribution कर सकते हो. So start with Supabase. It is very easy to contribute always. Just find the right bug, right issue for you, and start with it. Just that's it. Anything else?
Lakshit, I think we have taken up all the queries, and I believe we have covered everything. So, thank you so much for taking up this session. Yes, no one could have been better despite joining in on such a short notice.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining in, and I hope you got something, maybe something to learn, at least something to hear at least. So let's meet together sometimes and try to focus on learning more, try to make good projects. Don't focus on how your profile will look or so. ठीक है, प्रोफाइल कैसी लगेगी उस पर ध्यान मत दो, प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाओ. ठीक है, मेक सम गुड प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड यू आर गुड टू गो. So thank you everyone, have a nice day.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Everyone, Yash has something to share. We have an announcement to make regarding our upcoming sessions. So please just wait for 2 more minutes.
Hi guys. We will be having our upcoming 10-day web development bootcamp very soon, and it will include certificates and a placement guide for the best performer. So make sure to register. The links will be shared very soon.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining.
Yes,
I will
thank you.
share
That's it.
the link to our social media handles and even for Lakshit's social media handle very soon on the group.
Yeah, and yet you can share your experience on LinkedIn as well and tag both Team Coding Idol as well as Lakshit.